Hi, I'm Chris. Micah 6:8 says, "What does the Lord require? That you act justly and love mercy and walk humbly with your God." The other day, a friend sent me a message on social media, and the question posed was, how do we hear from God more than we already do? And what do we do when it seems like God is passive in our lives? And the answer is still the same, regardless of which question you pose. And for whatever reason, it took me 6 paragraphs to answer it. And if you watched the last video, sorry, I am long-winded sometimes. But what is required of us is listed right there. And if we do act justly and we do love mercy and we walk not to God, not in front of God, but with God, there are amazing things that will occur in our lives as far as understanding. But while we're waiting for our next set of instructions, we have to do what we know to do. We cannot act justly. We cannot have a heart to show mercy or even a ongoing desire to walk with God without studying his word, because everything we encounter, we have to filter through his word. It does not change. It is consistent. And that has to be our North Star for everything that we do. Don't ever try and use this as an example. This is just my own twisted mindset in use of scripture. In Isaiah 40, verse 31, familiar passage of scripture that says, "They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up on wings like eagles. They shall run and not get weary. They shall walk and not faint." Revelation is like flying. You're up there and it's like amazing. Your mind's blown. It's like flying. And running is like coming down a little bit, fresh off that revelation and telling everybody about it. But sooner or later, we have to walk it out. And the walking is actually the most difficult. We think, well, flying's impossible. Not in God. But walking it out can sometimes seem tedious, and people like new things. They like things that are shiny and fresh, but we have to walk out what we know. I ran into my friend DB at the hardware store just the other day, and he said, "We are responsible for that which we know." And that is such a huge statement. Marinate with that for a minute. Meditate on that. It's for real, for real. But our walk with God is not always the most exciting. But just because we don't see God's hand directly in our lives doesn't mean that he's not working. If that were the case, the book of Esther would not exist. His active hand is not shown in that entire book, but he's undeniably there. That is for your consideration. Have a wonderful day. Grace and peace. Bye-bye.